we are back with next video on legs and hips, subsystem of the roots. Okay, so in the previous video we covered feet, and now we will cover in this video lesson the legs and hips. And there are several positions of the legs throughout the post-sprint practice, and ABC of the legs and hips still is maintained throughout the practice. So please sit step wide, hands on your knees. All right, Jim, now you're gonna just focus on your right foot. So lean over to the left and just slightly hover your right heel. And slightly, I mean 1 to 2 millimeters, like one credit card underneath. So it's not that high. Keeping your toes soft, swivel your heel in and out. Swivel heel in and out. And what I want you to do, Jim, when you swivel your heel out, press through the inner paw, the big toe and the mount more. And from your foot, steer your right heel wide. And keep it wide, lower your heel. And let's switch sides. Left heel, swivel in and out. And what Jim is doing, he's using his foot to broaden the hip, the same side of the hip. It's like Jim is sitting on a big horse, okay? And this is from the feet. Okay, beautiful. One more time. All right, and now please come to center, sit step narrow, and turn around, please. So let's talk about glutes, okay? The glutes are very important. Glutes are powerful. Most often, the glutes are, they are weak. We don't use them properly. So the glutes have insertions on the bottom and of the hip. So the action in the bow sprint is to activate the glute to go up and in towards the sacrum. So that gives the propulsion to the legs and lightness in gait and whatever you do, and standing also. Whatever you do, whatever movement you do, the glutes are power. That's your power. Please turn around, okay? Okay, now we are keeping that in mind, that the glutes have to activate and they stay active. So let's talk about ABC of the legs and hips. So step wide again. Hands on your knees. Okay, so what's the ABC of the legs? The A is remember in the previous video we did the feet in, like right there. So roll into the inner edges of your feet more. So this is pronation of the feet, okay? Notice that the knee is knocked in, which is fine, that's A of the legs. What it gives, the hips can go wide, okay? So as the knees go in, the hips widen. Now this is not functional for dynamism. It's very actually not very good, right? So we don't maintain that, but we do as an A. And now B follows, the knees push forward and up into your hands to deepen the groins. The groins have to stay deep, okay? And also this knees forward and up deepens the back of the knees, the hollows of the knees even more, which is done by digging dragging of the feet. Now the C of the legs is to push your thighs out, like you're sitting on a big horse. That activates the glutes that we're talking about. Okay, so now, beautiful, Jim, that's it. So the ABC of the legs and the hips. So please come to earth position, facing the window. Eyes horizon. Find your arms horizon and seats pushing forward and down. Turn your seats down even more. Open your arms a little bit. Good. And now, dig, drag right knee forward. We're gonna go into tribal. Go slow. Step back to tribal. Good. Push off your right paw. Step forward. Paw first and then the heel. Switch sides. Dig, drag left knee forward. Toes soft. Sit to step back. Push off your left paw, step forward, paw first, then heel. So toes always stay, so the ABC of the feet stay. First side again, dig drag right knee forward, step back treble. Good. So the front heel is aligned with the back arch. Good. And notice that the back heel is slightly turned out. If you turn your heel in, go ahead and turn in. See how the hip narrowed as the knee open? So we maintain like that. There you go. All right. Pause a little bit. Spongy feet, ABC of the feet. And left forearm on top of your left thigh. Right hand ecstasy. Right hand on the side of your head. And Jim is very light on his elbow because his ribs are really full on all sides. So press through your knees, so squeeze your knees into one another and push your hips wider. Now push your knees forward and up. Yeah, and deepen your groins more. Keep it. Now really activate your glutes by pushing your top of your thighs wide. Keep it. Inhale, bow your belly forward, arc, pulse. Just like that. So maintaining the ABC of the legs. Knees in, knees forward and up, hips back and wide, and sitting on the big horse. Beautiful. And push your seats out, push off your right, step forward. Good. Second side. Seats forward. Very mindful. And this is kata. The kata is the way of moving, the way of sequencing, right? But Jim is very, very mindful, and you have to be mindful and gentle with yourself. Don't go too hard on yourself. Watch your inner dialogue, because it takes time when you are relearning something. Okay, push your seats forward, open your third, dig dark left knee, step back tribal. Align your front heel with the back arch. You can glance down, there you go. And now right forearm on top of your right thigh, very light. Left hand ecstasy. A, B, C in your feet. A, B, C in your knees. Knees in, push the hips wide. Knees forward and up, and deepen your groins. Now push the top of your thighs out to activate your glutes and keep it. Inhale, stretch your belly long, arc, open your throat. Beautiful. Very strong. The strong roots, strong legs, feet, and the hips give this the central channel to extend more, to branch out, to find more freedom. One more time. And please push your seats out, step forward. Beautiful. Okay, now Phoenix pose, right knee on top of your left. Take your time. And it's okay to fail. Okay, so notice that the heel is light. The paw is on the floor, inner paw. The left knee against the right calf. Right elbow on the bottom. Yes. Push your elbows forward, push your hands away. There's tiny pulsation in the belly. As the knees push forward and up, the hips move back, groins deepen. Good. And release, beautiful, second side. Seats forward and up, open your throat, left knee on top. And Jim moves very mindful, present, moment to moment. The left heel lowers, the paw staying on the floor, knees forward and up, hips back and wide. Broaden your left hip to the left more, Jim. No, other way. Yeah. Push your hips back even more, and then lift your belly and release. Earth pose. Okay. From earth pose to all fours. Okay. So sit step wide, swivel your heels in without lifting your toes. Low squat, lean forward, place your hands. Step back to all fours, mindfully. Ribs, hips, and head staying up, they never go down. All fours. Okay, so lift your right leg back behind your square leg. And it's mindful again, moment to moment awareness. How do you lift your foot? How do you lift your leg? So the knee is lower, notice, if Jim lifts his knee too high, what happens to the hip? It goes down and the groin pops, right? So we want the groins to stay deep. So that's why the knee is down. And the hip lifts. Good. Now pull your right knee forward and out to the side. Open leg, sit back a little bit more. Fiesta foot. Beautiful. And release. Second side. Left leg back behind you. Watch your head, Jim. Yep. Squeeze your left knee in first. Press your knee down and pull it forward asymmetrically to deepen your groin more, even more. Watch your right hip too. Yeah. Now pull your left knee forward and out. Open leg wide, fiesta foot. Sit back a little bit more, stretch your belly longer. And release all fours. Very good. From all fours, crouching cat, please. From crouching cat, twisted cat right. Toes, knees to the right, head to the left. The ribs lift, the hips behind, and toes staying quiet. And then come back to center and switch sides. Now, when Jim moves to the twisted cat, his toes stay soft and quiet. So the connection to the earth is staying. And then please come back to center, crouching cat. Okay, twisted cat, right again. Lower your left heel and start digging, dragging your right foot, lift your right leg up. Square leg, open the back of the leg a little bit more, beautiful. And press your knee towards your belly as you stretch your belly away from the knee. And release. Second side, beautiful. Twisted cat to the left, knees, toes to the left, head to the right. Lower your right heel, dig, drag left knee up, square leg. Beautiful flexion, ABC in feet and leg, and release. Crouching cat. Please lower your knees down to the floor and take 2 breaths. And it's not the pause, but it's assimilation or this simplification is needed, where you sit in with the bowspring alignment, you simplify, you turn down. Okay, and then when you're ready, you come to all fours and then crouching cat. Good. Please, from crouching cat, walk your hands back into squat. Lost squat, pull your heels in. And then walk your hands forward to crouching cat. Walk your hands back again to squat. And please come back to crouching cat. Staying there all the time, staying mindful of the kata. Please lower your knees down to the floor, hero pose, untuck your toes and sit back onto your heels. And even though Jim's ankles are flat here, which is fine, it's a 0, but the action stay in, and the action of the feet, tackling of the feet are still present. And Jim is very mindful of his ribs, full on all sides, the head, the belly. Very good. And please come to all fours. We're moving into seated side twist. Right hip down. So Jim covers his knees, twisting cat left, and then slowly, Jim lowers his right hip down to the floor. And pause right there. So his right hip landed away from the right hand and behind the ribs. So let's show on the other side. Come back to center. Twisting cat to the right. And then slowly, see how hips are behind the ribs, away from the left hand. Very good. And please tip your head down, slide your left hand, seat hand to the upper right corner of the mat, and like a wave, come down. Stack your knees and your feet. Yeah, open the back of the knees to 90. Stack your feet. Yeah, soften your toes. And Jim's right forearm is on the floor, just like when you sleep. And his face and his belly turns down towards the floor, and the shoulder just softens. The hip. Yeah. This is the position maybe when you sleep like that, but it's very calming for nervous system. When the belly is soft, nothing is engaged, and you just take a few breaths here. Now please, from this position, come to the, push your seats up towards the sky, Tip your head down, lift your seats up, roll to the back. And supine shift, using your feet, your hips, your ribs and your head, come back to center of your mat. Good. Take drag your feet off the floor, keep your toes quiet, open the knees a little bit, and open the back of the knees to 90. And ABC stays, so dig and drag with your feet, and push your knees away from you more, lower your feet a little bit. Good. And now take your knees halfway to the left, arms halfway to the right. So supine twist. Good. Take your arms slightly over your head, but you still can see them. Lift through the waistline, and action of the legs, action of the feet staying. Jim is digging, dragging with the heels towards the hips to activate the posterior chain of the legs. And the hip, the right hip moves back and wide. And then come back to center. Keep the throat open, switch sides. Yeah. Taco fiesta, feet. Dig and drag. Good. Belly long, ribs are full, open your throat, push out through the seats. And please come back to center and please roll onto your belly. Okay. And this is supine bow, supine, where again, when the belly is pressing down towards the floor, it's just easier. It's to calm the nervous system. Feels good. Easy to learn how to breathe to the back of the ribs. Very good. All right, Jim, now I want you to bend your knees and roll to your right side. So you face the camera now. Knees and feet stuck on top of each other, and the left forearm on the floor. And you can see how the belly is soft. Feet on top. Yeah, there you go. Now, baby hurdler is the left leg will be in front, yes. And then feet are active, legs are active. Press through the left forearm and start sliding your right forearm back so you're facing the front of your mat. Elbows narrow, shoulder width apart, and then push pull your elbows towards you a little bit more. And now just slightly lift your right foot. Yes. So it's pressing on the top of your knee. Like that. There you go. Okay, right there. Yeah, flexing your ankles. Fiesta feet. Soften the toes. And now it's like you're about to crawl forward. Back. Exhale, inhale forward. Jim is using his feet and his legs. The ABC of the feet. Toes soft. Taco in effect of the paw staying. Ankles flexion. Front and outer. And then the legs. Knees in. Knees up. Hips back and wide. And then pushing the top of the thighs out. And then keeping all of this, stretching the belly long. Baby hurdler. Now please roll into your belly again, tummy time. Rose hands. The rose hands, if we haven't discussed it yet. So one hand is in fist and another wrapping around. It's like you're holding a bouquet. And rest your forehead on top of your rose hands. Walk your elbows forward more. So you're not holding yourself with your shoulders at all. And then first relax. And now I'm going to ask Jim to perform the wave legs, meaning that feet are still on the floor, flexion in ankles, activate your feet, press your knees down, lift your groins, the glutes are working. Now start lifting your feet off the floor by digging, dragging, going slowly. Keep squeezing your heels towards your glutes. Squeeze your right knee in more. Yep. Good. Dig and drag more. Lift your knees a little. Now, press your knees down and move your feet side to side in windshield wiper action. Keep pushing your knees down actively. Keep pulling your knees towards your belly as your belly stretches away from your knees. Windshield wipers. Great for psoas stretch. Great for lower back strength. Very good. And now please Keep your feet up, slide your hands wide in preparation for the panther push-up. Now, wait a second. So, yeah, squeeze your legs. So press your knees down more, engage your glutes. Now lift your head and lift your ribs as high as your elbows. Push your elbows forward more. And now press your hips back. Panther push-up. And now step your feet down and take your hands closer to one another, all fours in the knees. Okay. And now walk your hands back. Please sit in cross-legged, facing the camera. Okay, this is cross-legged. Easy pose, so to speak. And usually how it's done, do the toes like, like that. So we don't want the toes to do the same thing, right? The lifting the toes action. So we want to ABC of the feet present. So soften your toes, tackle your feet, pinky toe down, the fiesta feet. And then pubis down, and then there's more freedom in the central channel that is expressed. Yes. And you can switch the sides. The more advanced, it will be stacking your heels in line. But this is pretty tough because the feet will fight you. The toes will fight you, as you can see. Which is fine, just have fun with that. Say, hey, my toes are doing interesting things, right? right there. And then bow your belly forward and up, straighten your elbows as much as possible. Yes, and grow through the crown. Very good. And this is the end of our week 3 on feet, legs, and hips. And thank you, Jim, for practicing today with me. And if you have any questions, please comment in the comment section below. And yeah, let's talk. Let's keep conversation going. And until next time, thank you. Bye-bye.